Hello Pokemon trainers! Welcome to part 6 of my Alolan type form videos, in which I give a new type to every single Gen 1 Pokemon. You already know all this, let's get started! We're starting at number 92, the Ghastly line. And the new type is Water. Normal Ghastly is made of gas. Water Ghastly is made of water, of course. Old folklore says you shouldn't be staring at your own mirrored image in the water, cause suddenly the ice will move on its own and you will be dragged down and drown. Ghastly is mostly a scouting out for you, while Haunter is the one who drags you down. And to finish you off, there's Gengar. They all work together as a family, living in the same lake. And they're very dangerous, so please don't go swimming in the lake, you will die. And moving on to the next one, the giant rock snake Onyx. And the new type for Onyx is Ice. Replacing Onyx's rock body with ice is probably a very obvious idea, but I really don't know what to do otherwise. Onyx's design is really simple and it's really well made. There's not much you can do to improve it. It's a rock snake. Well, now it's an ice snake, but there's not much else to it, but it works. Simplicity isn't a bad thing. With that said, let's move on to the Drowsy line. Why is there a slowpoke here? Drowsy's new type is Fire. Fire Drowsy walks on 4 legs. Sort of. It does when it uses its fire attacks. It's a very defensive Pokemon. It likes to stay put where it is and just attack you from there. I like to think of the Psychic type as the intelligent type, because they use mind powers. So that's why I also made Drowsy look a little bit more animal-like. Its simpler mind is only focused on fire. Sometimes so much it evolves into Hypno. Hypnos are absolutely obsessed with fire. They don't eat and they don't sleep, all they do is obsess over fire. So naturally, they're not too fond of water types. So unfortunately, if they come across a water type, they will fight it until it's dead. When I say it's dead, it doesn't matter who's dead. Someone will die in that fight. Or escape, keeping it light here. Next line is the Krabby line. And the new type is Electric. Normal Crab is a water type and has to fight with other water types to get food, so it developed tiny antennas on its head that can generate some electricity to give off small sparks to fight the other water types. It's still a really weak electric type, but thankfully there's evolution. But unfortunately, Kingler is also really bad at making strong electric attacks. Too bad, Kingler. So instead it uses up electricity from weaker electric Pokemon. It mostly uses their own electric powers, using their antennas, to locate where those electric types are so they can use their electric powers to power themselves. Does this make sense? It probably does, it's the Pokemon world. Anything makes sense in the Pokemon world. Moving on. And you know what guys, we're at a really special number right now. We're at Pokemon number 100. I've actually drawn 100 of these type forms now. Yay me! So many drawings. So, do you guys know which Pokemon is number 100 in the Pokédex? It's Voltorb. What an incredibly boring Pokemon to have such a special number. Anyway, its new type is Flying type. I feel like there isn't too much you can do with Voltorb. If it's not a basic round ball, it's not really a Voltorb, is it? But I turned it into Balloon, because they fly and they're round, so... Balloon Torb and Balloon Electrode. They're still really boring, but that's not my fault, because they were boring to begin with. Moving on to number 102, Exeggcute. Despite the name, they're not very cute, but their new type is Ghost. Yeah, the best type. Here are my haunted little egg seeds. I personally think this is a really great idea because they look super creepy and I love it. No long Alolan neck for its evolution, but still it's a creepy haunted tree. It really makes sense though, for its name, it's Exeggcute, like you're executing them and they're dropping their heads and dying and it's super creepy and weird. Totally makes sense that they would be ghost type. Then again, I would like everything to be ghost type because that's the best type. Unfortunately, I can't make the next Pokemon a ghost type. One, because I randomize all the types, so it would be cheating to pick its type, and secondly, because it already has a ghost type evolution. Because the next Pokemon is Cubone, and Cubone's random type is Dark. Which it already is, haven't you heard its backstory? It's super dark and sad. Poor Cubone. But okay, let's do this. Dark type Cubone is dark in the sense that it's evil. It just wants to smash up everything and take their bones. Pretty much looks like a normal Cubone, there's a few small differences. But the easiest way to tell that this is a dark type Cubone is the fact that it will be carrying a giant bone. It's a kind of trophy it keeps from the biggest, strongest prey it has, well, finished off and taken the bone from. Is it just me or am I making really dark Pokemon today? Anyway, Marowak likes to keep all the bones, not just the biggest one, and decorate its body with it, which gives it higher defense because it acts like armor. There you go, dark type Cubone and Marowak. And the next two Pokemon are kinda a duo, but they weren't really. I don't know how this works. It's Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, okay? And I'm gonna be honest, I kinda cheated on this one. Because back in Gen 1 they used to not be related to each other at all. But of course Tyro came along and made it a split evolution. So yeah, here's how I cheated. I randomized a type for Hitmonlee, and it got Grass type. But I felt like they should have different types, because they kinda deserve being treated as individuals rather than the same evolution line, because they weren't back then, I don't know. So I just picked water type for Hitmonchan. But I didn't pick it because that's like what I really wanted to do or had a great idea for. It's just because grass and water kinda feels like opposites. Like one lives in the forest and one lives in the sea. Does that make sense to anyone but me? I'm sorry I cheated, I won't cheat again, I promise. I didn't cheat for the next one, which is Lickitung. And its random type is Dragon. And dragons tend to look reptile-like, so I turned Lickitung into a reptile. A Charmeleon! No, not Charmeleon. Charmeleon? Wait... Charmeleon is... what do you even... It doesn't matter, it's a dragon. And it's really cute. I didn't even know I wanted a fat dragon with a really long tongue. But apparently I do, because I think it's really funny and I like it. Fat dragons aside, we're now at the last Pokemon of today. The last two Pokemon of today. It's Koffing and Wheezing! Yay! The Pokemon no one likes except James. Wow, I'm like really bitter today? I'm sorry, Koffing and Wheezing, I didn't mean to insult you. Their new type is Rock, which means they're going to be giant boulders. And instead of having a skull figure as its signal to others for being poison, is that why it has a cross thing skull? It has a gem, which is a rock. It's a rock gem, yay! You know why, Koffing? Because you're precious. I'm sorry I said no one likes you. You do, Wheezing. You get loads of gems on your body. Don't let anyone tell you you're not precious and sparkly and beautiful. And you know what? That goes to all you people watching too. You're all precious and sparkly and beautiful. So thanks you all lovely people for watching and commenting and liking my video, which you might not do, but thank you if you do. I love you all anyways. And see you next time.
Come, come, come.